EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. Well, hello again and welcome, Rich Lerner, alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobila. We are in the great state of North Carolina, set to kick off the round here at Quail Hollow. Frank, it is one of the most well-respected courses on tour.
And for good reason, Rich. Great layout. Also, we said hello to Rory McIlroy and Ricky Fowler. They recorded their first ever PGA Tour wins at this very golf course.
Here we are at the first tee on this beautiful day in Charlotte, North Carolina.
418 yards, dogleg to the right. There's some bunkering down the right there, Rich, and fairway does tilt to the right. You don't have to hit driver here. Driver, 3-wood and just a short iron, off to a good start.
Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. Might be a tough shot coming up. 99 yards away. Frank, I know you love boxing as I do. McIlroy has that big punch knockout ability. It has you on the edge of your seat because, at any moment, he might end the fight.
Yeah, there's always a spark there, or a little simmer, and you think it's just going to burst into flames at one stage and just ignite Rory over any stretch of holes.
Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
This one measures out to 15 feet. Continues to putt beautifully. Frank, this is a really fun hole, a pretty short par 3 downhill.
Yeah, half a club, you can allow for that, so it won't play its full yardage. You can really see that right part of the green. That's the most inviting one, but when they stick the flag on the left, you really have to be precise.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. These putts keep the round together. Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. This is a strong par 4, 452 yards, the third hole. It's a good challenge, Frank.
It is. Big sweeping dogleg left. Actually in a straight line, it's 315, 320 yards to run out. So if you hit the ball further than that, it's going to have to draw. Otherwise, you'll be hitting in the rough on the other side. Still a lengthy shot into there on a green that actually has 3 different levels.
Well, this one has a chance to be really good. Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble.
Frank, which way is this headed?
Well, judging by his body English, looks like it's heading a little right. There is a bit of green out there, though.
Good, clean contact and a nice result, and a chance for birdie coming up. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
You'd like that one again. Just when you think you're going to make birdie. Now, have to really concentrate on this and at least make par.
Just a couple of feet. One under early in the round. Now to the fourth hole here at Quail Hollow, just under 490 yards.
Yeah, they used to have the tee on the right side, which actually made that tee shot very uncomfortable. When they put the new tee box in on the left side, it's a little easier to hit that fairway because that fairway slopes from right to left.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. Frank, not surprisingly, Rory McIlroy owns the event record here, 21 under par. That came in 2015. He won by a touchdown by 7 shots. And then we all remember what he did here in 2010.
Yeah, remember the runner-up, which was Patrick Rogers. He shot 14 under, and that's won just about every other championship at this event. So it shows you the magnitude of Rory's victory. An artist needs a canvas, a golfer needs a golf course. For Rory McIlroy, Quail Hollow was the perfect landscape to show his skills.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Long putt here. This will require a good touch. Looks like he just misread that. Shouldn't be a problem here. Routine stuff for Rory, that's a par. Frank, in today's modern game where players are hitting it so far, I always feel like one of the more exciting holes is a reachable par 5, and here we are at the 5th, 570 yards.
Yeah, this is reachable providing you hit a good drive. Otherwise, it becomes very awkward on the layup, sort of often threading the ball out of trees and just trying to find some sort of third shot. So to your point, big advantage with a good tee shot here. Ah, nice.
Looks good. Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
Second, from an excellent lie. Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. That's one of the more depressing sights in golf. You hit a good one, and then it just sucks back too much spin off the green. Good scoring opportunity. Third shot here at the par 5. Birdie try up next. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Collects another birdie with that stroke and goes to 2 under. Now set to tee off at the 6th. It is a long par 3, 250 yards.
We could take a little bit off for the downhill, but whichever way you look at it, it's still going to be a beefy par 3. Protected on the left by that front bunker, and if you sort of scoot one long, there's another bunker over there as well. And this is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough.
Errant tee shot here, Rich, but going to have to muscle this one out of the rough.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. So a tester from 4 feet. With authority. Count it as a par and 2 under. Well, Frank, an eagle is in play here at the par 5-7.
And a 6, and a 7, and an 8, or a 9, actually. This is a potential scorecard record, the 7th hole. Many a tee shot has found that creek on the right, trees, problems on the left. There's no question there's a reward for a good tee shot here. But then there's a decision on do you go for this par 5 and 2. It's not overly long, just over 530 yards. It is very tempting.
Frank just continuing to make the game look easy.
This just shortens the whole golf course up when you can hit it that far.
Looking to keep it going here, Frank.
Yeah, another example of things just working as they should.
This is a good-looking shot. On the green in regulation. He can really get red hot with a putter. Let's see what McIlroy does. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Frank, I love a drivable par 4. In the modern power game, it really adds an element of excitement. And here we go at the 350-yard par 4/8.
Well, you're definitely going to love this one then, Rich, because it ticks all the boxes here. There's no water in play, just a few bunkers down the left and the one that protects the right side of the green. And you've got a really narrow green, so plenty of reward with minimal risk.
So that ball nestles down in the rough. Just got to weigh a little bit on that tee ball. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
So third shot now for Rory McIlroy. And he's made the green. Could use this one. This is for par. 3 under on the day. Frank, this is a really good way to finish out the front side here at Quail Hollow. 495-yard par 4.
Yeah, it's the longest par 4 at Quail Hollow. Some say it might be the toughest. I'm not quite in that camp. And the reason why, that green slopes in from both sides, the left and the right. But you can see why good drivers have done well here, because there's a big reward for thumping a big, long, straight drive down here.
Missed that one, and it is going towards the rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
From 200 yards away. Frank, I have to say I've been impressed by the level of golf today. Really came out here with a solid game plan and executed.
I agree. We've seen some great shots out there, and I'm excited to see how the rest of the round plays out.
Might go deep here in the red numbers. That is how it's done right there. What an approach shot. Getting set now over the putt. Wow, rolling the ball beautifully, makes birdie again.
Yeah, that pace, that roll, it's always getting to the hole, and it's the perfect, what we call the perfect holding speed. It uses all 4 1/4 inches of the cup.
Headed for the bunker, I think. Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait, and at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
Let's see what the dominant number 1 player can do. Rory McIlroy now on the approach shot. Early part of this second 9, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie.
It's no snack, though.
Five birdies for the day. What a performance. Frank, on this backside at Quail Hollow, a player does have a good chance to get off to a good start with that par 5 10th and now relatively short par 4 11th, where a player with a good drive could stick a short iron in their hands.
Yeah, this is one you're going to have to make a decision. You can just play this as a straightforward dogleg left par 4 and hit a 3-wood or a long iron up there and 9-iron or something like that into the green. Or, if you want it, you can try and blast a drive around the corner. I don't know if that's the more prudent play, but it's fun.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Lay down. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here. safely on the dance floor.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, I think the mark of a good golf course design, changing directions. We go from a right to left hole, now at the 12th, to a left to right hole.
Yeah, there's no two holes at Quail Hollow that look the same. And this one's slightly downhill, fairway tilts a little bit to the right, and it's a bit of a sleeper. And plus you add in on top of that 450 yards plus. This is a fairway that has to be hit.
Not on the fairway here. This could be a tough shot coming up next. Frank, out of the rough, best to swing a little bit easier or get after it with all you have?
Well, a little bit in between. Obviously, it's going to require a little bit of strength to make sure that club keeps going through, but it's still the planning of the shot. Once again, check short. Is there anything I have to carry? And even remember, there's always the option of just simply pitching the ball down the fairway and taking your medicine. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it.
Frank, you always talk about it. Don't compound the mistakes. Well, here we are, another shot from the rough.
And this one no easier than the one he's just hit.
Well, that's what the great ones do. From the rough, they use their skill and their strength to get it out and get it close. These putts keep the round together. Routine stuff for Rory. That's a par. Now to the par 3, 13th hole. Frank, this one 210 yards.
Very, very good par 3. This is actually a big green. It's 37 yards deep, but it actually plays small. Has a front right portion. There's a roll-off area in the middle, and there's a roll-off area in the back. So don't be deceived by the size of this green. You better be pitching that tee shot right bang in the middle.
Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second.
Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
And he's made it onto the green now. From about 8 feet. That puts them at 4 under for the round. Well, Frank, as we arrive at the par 4 14th, just 345 yards, our players no doubt are looking for a little advice from a guy who's been there. You've done it at the highest level. What's the right play here?
Rich, after all these years, I think it's like a modified tee shot. And what I'm going to say with that is like a strong 3-wood, something that pitches around 270 and kicks 30 or 40 yards, finishes up about 20 yards short of the green. I think that's the best ploy. You won't be able to get at all the flags, but I think you'll play the hole under par for the week.
When's the right time to pull out the big driver and have a go at this green?
I don't think there is, but maybe you at home should try.
All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Starting to really play well, -5. Now teed up at the 15th hole. It is the final par 5 here at Quail Hollow, 577 yards. And Frank, I remember this hole well. McIlroy stiffed a 5-iron on his way to making eagle, his first PGA Tour win. That came back in 2010.
And the opportunity exists again here. Under 600 yards, plays downhill off the tee. Those two bunkers on the right are perfectly situated. That second one about 310 yards to it. So something straight at that one with a little draw will set up that mid-iron or long iron that has to be hit very high and uphill. That was a little over-ambitious.
Frank, here we go again. Another shot from the rough.
Yeah, let's see if he learned his lesson.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich. Really. This is an awkward length.
Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Did the job right there. This is the start of what some say is the toughest finishing stretch on the PGA Tour. It's known as the Green Mile. Frank, what makes it so challenging?
Well, this hole in particular, Rich, the dogleg right, it means it plays every inch of it's just over 500 yards. That bunker you can see down the right, 325 yards to carry that. If you can fly the ball that far, at least you can chew off 2/3 of this hole, and that is well required here. Otherwise, it's a long, long second shot. That's a ginormous tee shot.
This is an approach shot that will really test a player. Second to the 16th. See if you can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good. Line looked good. Just did not take that final break.
It's a very makeable putt here. He is currently 5 under for his round. Impressive. Once again, that's a par, remaining at 5 under. Frank, the 17th here at Quail Hollow. It is all you want.
And a bit more, actually. The only advantage the player has that plays a little bit downhill. But when you look at the lake in front of you, if there's any swirling breeze out there, it just becomes a nightmare trying to choose the right club.
Not a huge miss, Frank, but did lose this just a little to the right.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to catch a piece of the green, though.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Well, that's not the way you wanted to start out the backside here.
Yeah, you can't afford from inside 10 feet. You feel like you have to make those, and I mean, they really sting when they miss.
That is a solid par putt. Here we are, the 18th hole at Quail Hollow. Simply put, Frank, a player needs to hit maybe his best tee shot of the day.
I would agree with you, Rich. If you were to measure this hole from trees on the left to trees on the right, it's actually a really wide fairway or expansive land. But that creek that just meanders its way through the middle of this hole completely changes the nature of this hole. And consequently, you get the nail on the head. If you don't hit a good tee shot, you will rack up something here. And I've got no idea how big it'll be.
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. That is classy.
He had a chance of going in.
And now he has this for the birdie. Very solid performance today, a round of 66. Frank, just some great golf here today.
Yeah, that's a round to remember. Not often you play that well and you feel like you were head and shoulders above the rest of the field.
What a thrill to watch. And for Frank Nobilo and our entire team, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now.